Irving
schools
band.
had the week off for Ron, kind of a fall break this first week of October.
That's allowed? We
They
didn't
took
have fall breaks, did we? I don't think so. Spring break.
I know they had today off. Here's the deep toss to Proctor, and Proctor draws a crowd near midfield.
Pitch goes to Napoleon Proctor.
Loses 5, so they start back at the 49.
A little slow developing play that time.
On the play.
Jack Simmons, one of many there on the front, making contact behind the line of scrimmage for the Vikings. But as you alluded to earlier in the ball game, the Vikings are pretty much just forcing or just egging on the Tigers to throw the football. Say, come on, we're going to hedge our bets, so you're not going to. Right now they got, 5 guys on the line of scrimmage, and the linebackers are playing close to the line, and look, your safety is not even 10 yards back.
2nd and 10. Proctor in motion. Ball is loose, but hold everything before the snap. Tigers may have, see if they took a timeout.
Yep, they didn't call it. I mean, they didn't call timeout.
No, it's 5 yards against the Tigers. Placed at the 46. Will bring up 2nd and 15.
Irving 46-yard line. 2nd down, 15.
This isn't the type of scenario that the Tigers thrive in. They can't be playing behind the chains like this offensively.
From the 46, 2nd down, 15 yards needed. Again, Proctor, the move man. Ibarra rolls out, evades 1, gets away from 2, still on his feet, fights for yardage to the 44.
Nice play by the quarterback. That was a nice athletic play.
Gain of 10.
Got some open space, found the edge, put him in good position to try to get the first. Right here, right off the line of scrimmage, he's forced inside, and he's able to keep breaking some tackles. And, we get down to 3rd and about 5 play that time. He was first hit by Carlos Castillo, number 6. Castillo, who's been playing a lot of offense, they got him out there tonight defensively.
Ball at the 44. Ibarra throws it up, looking for Proctor, kind of reaching out, unable to get a hand on it.
Kellum out there defensively. And Proctor, they're just trying to utilize his speed. Like you said, this guy's a freshman. He's got some wheels. And the fact that Xavier, right there, number 16, Ibarra, is not afraid to put that up.
Well, 2nd consecutive punt coming. 2:10 to go in the opening quarter.
I don't see anybody deep, do you?
Nobody back deep at all. Well, here's the last man on, and standing near the 15-yard line, Hernandez goes sideways, hits at the 25. They get away from it, inside the 15. Another nice roll, close to the 10. Some air movement there. Trying to encourage the extra yardage. Xavier Anderson, number 6.
So Irving wins there on the battle of field position.
3rd possession coming up for the Vikes.
These teams have played for a long time, and the Vikings, believe it or not, lead this series 28-22 to 3. 53 years they've been playing this matchup, and it's been all Nimitz. You got to go back to 2017, the last time the Irving Tigers won this ball game.
Is that when 183 was too late? 1st and 10 at the 11.
Oh, you're thinking 64.
That would have been a MacArthur-dominated team. Up the middle, and a gain of about 2, not much. Nice takedown by Alvarez, the outside linebacker, number 1.
Biggest offensive play so far tonight was a 14-yard run by Maldonado. Otherwise, both teams struggling to hit their stride offensively here in the first quarter.
Javon Woolfolk comes out. Kevin Rodriguez, number 27, in the backfield.
You notice Maldonado is now in a quarterback.
From the gun. And over the right side, stacked up at about the 14. Not much at all. Tough running on that right side. Bring up third down. And about 7 or 8.
At the 13.
Get what, maybe one more play offensively?
Yeah, probably so, with 49 seconds to go here in the quarter. Number 6 flexed out. That's Castillo, inside receiver. 3rd and 8. Yarbrough down the rail. Not there.
That's all right. That's a play they can go back to later, John. You got Hernandez out there and the corner on an island. No deep help from the safety. Pedro just needs to connect to his favorite target.
And the first punt tonight for Nimitz.
And you know that's usually the spot. Maldonado is the kicker, but it's Hernandez now doing the punting.
Hernandez in punt formation. Pena back deep near midfield.
It's coming
Hits
back,
at
John.
the 35. There's a flag down at the deep part near the goal line.
Roughing the kicker. Christopher got nailed pretty good there as he attempted the punt.
They needed 8 on 4th down. There's a running into the kicker and a roughing the kicker. As of now,
They did away with that in the pros, didn't they?
Yeah, they did.
There's just, you got him or you didn't.
Running into the kicker on the defense, penalties decline.
So yes, John, you're right. They just got him for running into it. Remember what I said about that last possession, that Irving won the field position game, where they got the deep punt, and now they've stopped Nimitz, and they get the ball inside Nimitz territory.
23 seconds left in the opening quarter. We're scoreless. As Rob said, the 54th meeting between these two. Xavier Ibarra, the signal caller, at the Viking 44. In tight to the left, wide receiver to the right. Not quite set. Scott Huber says we're okay to go, the referee. Low snap, handoff. This is Proctor looking for an opening. And Proctor stacked up at the 43, a gain of 1. It'll be 2nd down 9, and that should do it in the first quarter. And it does. That is the end of the first quarter here. Our Irving High School ICTN Game of the Week. Nimitz and Irving scoreless.
It's spooky. It's diabolical. It'll send chills up and down your spine at events so haunting. It's eerie. Eerie Irving returns to Trinity View Park on Saturday, October 21st from 6 to 10 p.m. Admission is free, so grab your scariest costume and make plans to attend Eerie Irving.
First play of the second quarter, the Tigers needing 2nd down 8. This one looped out in the right flat and dropped by Proctor, number 29. So it'll be 3rd down. Scoreless, John Nelson with Rob Willman, our ICTN production crew. Week 6. We turned the halfway mark last week. Question on the play, got a personal foul on the defense.
15-yard penalty for the previous spot. Automatic first down.
This will result in a Irving Tiger first down. She'll be placed inside the 30. It is. It'll be spotted at the 27 of Nimitz. So a penalty-aided first down for the Irving Tigers.
15-yard penalty.
Irving has to take advantage of opportunities like this, John.
They're going to send Trevon Lewis wide left. You got Proctor wide right. Ibarra will take it from directly under the center, and it is loose. Whistle did not blow. He had it inside the 25. It is another turnover, and the Nimitz Vikings come up with it. Who had
Ross. Ross, number 15, DeWaylen Ross, the 5'9" senior. And the Tigers commit their second turnover of the ball game.
It'll be placed near the 24.
We'll look and see if he really even had the football.
You're not sure.
Looked like he might have lost it. Well, you can't tell, but right there, one of the defenders yanked it out. It could have been Contreras, number 11. Also, you know, the heavyweights, we always hear Zaylen Washington every week, number 20.
Every week.
Making some plays, as well as Luis Pena, the senior linebacker.
Caleb Yarborough back in at quarterback. He'll hand off to Darian Contreras, and Contreras slices yardage out to the 30. Gain of about 6.
6 yards to the 30. Second down 4.
It is by far a runner's paradise tonight, at least if you want to have your number called.
It is.
Now, we're not seeing a lot of yards that are knocked off in the process, but it is a running match tonight.
4 turnovers combined so far.
There's Castillo again, used as one of the up men to block.
Yarborough, Contreras with a lead block, and Yarborough crosses a 31. Take it down at the 32.
Alonzo, number 8, one of the 2 defenders. Tigers run the old traditional 3-4.
Third down 2 at the 32.
We were talking about that last week, having trust that your 3 guys can not only start but in the game in that alignment.
Yes.
Can be a long night. Third
Starts
down,
with the
needing
guys
about
up front.
2. Not going to get it.
Guess who again? Number 8, Jaden Alonzo. Back-to-back outstanding plays by the middle linebacker.
A gain.
And the unit coming on to give it away on 4th and 2. So the Tigers have held. Nimitz punting for the second time.
And Hernandez doing the punting. John, this is the kind of game, don't you think that it's going to be a trick play, it's going to be a fake punt, something like that that might turn the tide or get the game, well, like that?
That one tipped, just got to the punter. The blocker got up and deflected it, and Hernandez able to fall on it, but it's a turnover, in essence a turnover.
Well, it hits the up back, Caden Holder. Was it supposed to go to Holder? I mean, he put his hands up in the air like that was going to be the fake that we were talking about. And if you look at some of the guys on the line, they turned around to look to see exactly what had happened.
And another short field for the Irving Tigers.
Well, you can win games by field position. Irving hasn't done it yet. They haven't taken advantage, but gee whiz, John, half of the first quarter, Tigers had field position.
So you're calling for the swinging gate, the Fumblerooski?
Anything. Halfback pass. Pitch to Proctor, who's going to throw it. But we got to get the snap off.
Before the snap, penalty flag drop by the umpire.
Illegal snap. Offense.
Procedure call.
5-yard penalty.
Tigers will
First
back
down.
them up 5, make it 1st and 15.
3 penalties, 25 yards. For the Mid-City Kitties. Looking at number 2 right there in the middle of your screen. That's Adriel Pena, who is listed as the starting running back, but they use Proctor, the freshman, Napoleon Proctor, or Proctor. They use him as much as possible. They swing him out, run him as a wing guy. Here he is again going in motion.
On the 28, handoff. This is Pena, and Pena is submarined and then fallen upon at the 29.
In the words of the Three Stooges, he's going nowhere fast.
And didn't. Jonathan Hall in the mix, 55. 5'9" and 261.
He didn't start the game. Zion Traylor, a junior, started in his spot, but he's back out there now here in the second quarter.
Second and long, a loss of about 5 to the 25. 2 flags come in. Here's a third as Ibarra thrown down hard at around the 27.
All I can think about is Pena, number 2, looked like he went below the waist on a block, but I thought you could do it as long as that person wasn't in contact with another blocker. But yeah, they're calling the illegal block, and it could be on number 2 once we hear the official's word. Yep.
Personal foul, illegal block along the waist. Offense, number 2. 15-yard penalty for the spot of the foul.
Pena's block. It looked like blocks that were legal back in the old days, John, where you could just submarine a guy. Watch number 2, left of your screen. There he is, left of your screen. See, he just goes low. You can't do that anymore?
It's a good block.
Yeah. I thought you couldn't do it if he was engaged by another blocker. Remember, you couldn't do that chop if there's 2 men on you.
Yeah, you see a lot of that on the line of scrimmage before the play develops.
Right, where one goes low, but I thought that was still a legal block.
It's placed at the 40 and dragged down at the 39. This drive started at the 23. They're now at the 39 of Nimitz.
Pena came in as the leading rusher for this Tiger team with 271 yards on close to 90 carries. As you can tell so far by tonight, he's carried the ball just 3 times. So really the workhorse guy they're trying to go to is the one you see in motion, Proctor, number 29.
It's third down in the field. They need to get to the 13 of Nimitz. Fake to Pena. Loading up, right side, one-on-one coverage. It's a 50-50 ball tipped and almost brought in at the 5 by Trevon Lewis. Almost got the deflection.
That was a nice matchup between him and number 5, DJ Kellum. The senior DB. Lewis has some height on the corner, and he almost out-jumped the defender for the catch. Watch right there. I thought he might have had it, or at least on the rebound.
Well, the drive started at the 23. It stalls at the 39. Hernandez back deep, awaiting the punt of Caleb Centro. Nose up, tail down. Hits at the 22, takes a backward spin, and is down at the 31. What is that, 8 yards on the punt?
Yeah, that's the biggest break of the night for Nimitz, at least in the name of field position, as they very well could have been trapped, inside their 10, 15 at the worst case scenario. But they get a break on the reverse spin on the punt, and maybe the Vikings will open it up a little bit. Mark Small, you see right there, second-year head coach.
It has been a sputtering start here.
Yep.
Nicholas Kennedy wide left. First and 10. Nimitz at their own 31. Yarborough still the signal caller, number 10 from the gun. He will hand it off. And a nice gain up the middle to the 40, perhaps a 41 as the pile continues to move. Tough running by Darian Contreras. Nice gain, close to 10. I got to give it to him.
Third leading rusher on this team. They're fairly well balanced in the running game. They can go to just numerous players and get pretty good results. And Contreras is part of that.
It's a gain of 11. First and 10. Not much at all.
Oh, no. No, he was met from the get-go by Julio Fuente, number 56, defensive end.
I'd like to see a little safety valve pass out to Hernandez on the near side. He's got one-on-one coverage. Sure-handed receiver. Junior. 2nd and a dime. And there was some motion. Hernandez may have started a little early. The left side may have also jumped.
Yeah, that was the left tackle, Joel Garcia, starting tonight in the place of Mendieta, number 77. He's on the left side and trying to get a good jump out there and got caught.
Nimitz, well, they've had some close games, lost by a point to Pasco, lost to Mac here by 3 on September the 8th. Could have easily have started 2-1. 2nd and 15 from the 36 and hold everything. There's more mustard on the lettuce, more yellow on the green. Flags flying tonight here in the first half.
Receivers and the center and quarterback not on the same page. There were 5 men, 3 spread out to one, 2 to the other, as you're taking a look at Coach Nickerson in his first season at Irving High School. You had everybody spread out and practically the entire receiving corps moved before the snap last time.
Big play, bouncing to the outside 45, crossing midfield, and a nice run and running out of bounds at the 41. Number 7, Pedro Maldonado, the senior. Needed 15 and got that.
Plus
much
about
more.
Another 15, close to 30 yards on the carry. By far, John, the biggest offensive play of the night here in the first half. Breaks one here and then just uses his quickness and his speed. Hernandez with a nice block, and he says, you know, I'm not going to push it. You know, why go head to head? Nice to see you, Xavion Page, but I'm going out of bounds.
1st and 10 at the Tiger 41. Still scoreless here in the first half, 6:59 to go. Play action. Right side, this one up, and Hernandez made the catch at the 11. Hernandez beat 2 defenders, came down with it, and a huge play for the Vikings.
About a 25-yard catch in all. Yarborough did the smart thing. Hey, it's up to you, buddy. I'm going to throw it up for grabs. And I mean, talk about throwing a football in between 2 defenders. It was between Perez, Diaz, and Ventura. I mean, you couldn't have thrown it in a better spot, right?
Just picture perfect. Just outside the 10. It'll be 1st and 10. Yeah, Coach Nickerson, Rob, he coached at Mac. He was at Mac for 7 years. He was a Mac grad, 2005. Was assistant at Flower Mound before taking the job here at Irving.
So coming into tonight's ball game, boy, there are some unfamiliar names. Mr. Nelson on the top of the leaderboard. Berkner, you got Lake Highlands, who I think is by far the best team in district, just beating Highland Park. Highland Park 3rd on the list? What? Pierce 4, Jesuit 5th? What? Then you got Richardson, Mack, Irving, and Nimitz. But Berkner, 4 real, 4-0 in district. Now, they still got some tough teams to play, but keep your eye on the Rams.
MacArthur, the Cardinals losing Thursday night to Lake Highlands. 1st and 10 from the 11 of Irving High. Yarbrough with Contreras in the backfield. Yarbrough looking in zone, throws it up. It is batted away, almost picked off, 6 yards deep in the end zone.
Tried to go to Holder, had time. He actually had 2 guys doing a crisscross in that side of the field. Xavion Page was there, number 12, thought he had it, tipped around. Also Eric Figueroa, number 23, both in the same area. And for good measure, David Chavez, number 41, put his hands on his helmet. We could have had it.
So they try to go for the home run on 1st and 10. It'll be 2nd and 10 from the 11. 2 in the backfield behind Yarborough. And the handoff, Contreras over the left side. Close to that, so Maldonado rather close to the 7-yard line. Gain of about 4.
You know, he hits the hole so quickly. That's the upside to Pedro there as a running back, is that if his lineman can just give him just a sliver
4 yards.
of an opening, then he can make something happen.
3rd and 6. Yarborough will keep it to the 1, to the double stripe, and the Vikings are on the board.
Another about an 8-yard run.
So Yarborough has the Vikings on top 6-0. That is the 2nd rushing touchdown of the year. And out of the hold of Mr. Yarborough, number 14 will try to make it 7-0. That's Michael Webb. It is up. It is true and through with 6:10 to go in the first half. We have a score 7-0 Nimitz.
Yep, 3rd touchdown of the year for Caleb. He's also thrown about 4 touchdowns as well, but he looks very comfortable tonight, I think, as a quarterback, and he's filled in the last 2 weeks. So, you know, by now you'd think maybe the jitters are gone and you kind of have a grasp of what you need to do offensively, but he had those big guys up front. Julio Bravo, number 51, he was one of a couple of Vikings out there right at the line of scrimmage and the point of contact. And just for good measure, you get a good push up there in the end zone.
That was a nice long drive, and Rob, the key catch by Hernandez. That really lengthened this drive, and the Vikings able to cash in.
Absolutely. That pass where he was double covered, yet the ball fell in between both the defensive back and the safety, and that gave the Vikings, I think, maybe some energized offensively. And they came down, and the other thing I'm really digging tonight is how they're changing up offensively Maldonado and Yarborough.
Yeah, it's a good mix.
Yeah, it's Caleb's game. He's in control offensively, but I like where they're putting Maldonado as a running back, a wing back, all over the field.
Michael Webb hangs it up high. Fair catch called for and taken at the 45. Christopher Alvarez. And that is where the Irving Tigers will set up shop at their own 45. Possession number 6 rather.
And again, John, if you have the notes in front of you,
I do.
Where have they started all these drives? They've been in great spots.
Well, they have started twice in Nimitz territory. They started at their own 45 here. It has been
they've had
a
some
3-punt, 2-fumble drive so far.
They've had some great starting points.
From the 45, fake, rolling out, Ibarra crosses midfield, dives to the 46, close to the line to gain. Ibarra able to get to the edge. They spot it down, they take a look at it, and they say it is short by half a yard. Plunging straight ahead, it is now 1st and 10.
Oh, this is going to backfire, John. The back judge threw a flag right in the middle of the stack. In their haste to get that off very quickly, there was somebody not set in time. And Coach Nickerson says, give me an explanation, please. And just like that, now it's instead of 2nd down and the length of a football, you've got to go 5 yards plus.
Ball spotted at the 49. The play given to Xavier Ibarra. 2nd down, they need 6. Wide receivers cut on either side. In motion, that's Proctor. It's the bootleg to the 45 and a 1st down gain to the 42. You wanted some old plays? How about the bootleg?
I love it.
1st and 10 Tigers.
I love it. I love using their quarterback. I mean, this is a type of offense where you've got to use your quarterback's legs. You've got to get him out in the open field. You got to give him space. You need mixed direction. You know, forget the old school drop back and wait and try to find somebody to throw to. They're just not built that way. These are 2 teams that have to have running quarterbacks.
Coaches love quarterbacks that can extend the play. And at times tonight, Mr. Ibarra has done so. Straight ahead.
A little scrum there, if you will.
Ethan Williams underneath to make the stop for the Vikings. Ball placed at the 38. 4:32 to go here in half number one. 7-0 in favor of the Nimitz Vikings. Both teams in search of district win number one.
Remember, this is a Tiger team, John, that the most points they've scored all year is 13. Touchdowns have been few and far between.
Full house backfield, 2nd and 7. It's a short pass out in the flat, caught, but not much at all. Roll over, dropped at the 40. Ball still loose as it has a whistle blown.
Yeah, it was recovered by Proctor.
Proctor, number 29, able to secure it.
If they call that a pitch and catch, that will be the first completed pass of the night for Irving.
They needed 6, and that's still about what they need here on 3rd down after all of that. And here comes the quarterback. They've got time, 10 seconds left on the play clock. 3rd down, needing about 6 from the 38. Low snap. Ibarro, 30, 1st down. He could take it all the way. Penalty marker dropped on the near side at the 20 as Ibarro, he thinks he has scored. He has, but that flag dropped on the near side at the 20.
Well, that would have been a 38-yard touchdown run by the quarterback, but it's going to come back.
A holding, a spot foul. We'll see where that occurred.
Holding, offense, number 29. 10-yard penalty for the spot foul. Repeat 3rd down.
Well, instead of a touchdown, it comes back. Let's see toward the right there. Oh, see, the guy got just thrown down to the ground right here. See him? He pretty much just tackled the guy in the open field. Nowhere to hide there, folks.
Dwaylen Ross was tossed to the turf. So that'll place it at the 34 on 3rd and short. Stacked up, not much at all, shoved back. It's short.
They're trying that popular quarterback sneak from that NFL team I cannot stand. So I'll just say that it's very popular to run, but
that's the top of your list.
Yeah.
That team?
That team.
What color are they?
They've got a little green.
4th and about 2. Adriel Pena to the right of Ibarra. Now Lewis comes in tight to the left. A low snap picked up by Ibarra. He looks in, takes it back out, has the 1st down, and is bumped hard out of bounds at about the 27. Rocked hard, but he has the 1st down. Taken down by Schlotzhauer, number 3.
Rocked hard indeed, John. Boy, he just lowered the shoulder. Put on the boom by both sides, but it was enough to get the 1st down back. Low snap, kept his composure, found the edge. Didn't know which way to go with it, but he had enough room there on the corner to get the 1st down. But man, Schlotzhauer brought the hammer.
He does it all, number 16. It's Joe Montana.
Joe never ran that good.
From the 27, a fresh set of downs for the Tigers. Inside of 2 minutes, low snap. Ibarra picks it up, going deep, right side. Contact, no whistle, trying to get it to Trevon Lewis near the 5. Stop the clock, make it 2nd and long.
Perhaps, John, they're just saying, no one could get to it. What do you think?
Yeah, a little bit too tall and uncatchable for the defender or the receiver. Trailing 7-0, 2nd and 10. We'll have some halftime stats, some highlights. We'll fill the air with halftime music.
Oh, it should sound good tonight in the crisp air, right?
Yeah. First week of October, Texas OU weekend. 2nd and long, Ibarra was chased and dropped. Had nowhere to go, planted at the 34.
Salem, Washington.
Senior linebacker. No resistance at all, just an open target for number 20.
He plays that spot that oftentimes he lines up like a defensive end. You'll see him top of your screen, untouched. And Xavier, man, let's give this guy credit for holding on to the football. He didn't see it coming. It's like, ouch.
Wanted a piece and got a big piece of number 16. On third down, another low snap. Trying to get it to number 29. It is picked off with the 9. Trying to get it to Proctor. That's Ross. And another turnover tonight.
Third turnover by the Tigers.
5th overall combined.
Right.
Man.
Well, a lot of pressure on him. I mean, look, he can feel the heat, but he just didn't get good motion. He didn't set good enough, I don't think, and was able to get enough on it to get to his wideout.
Well, that's a perfect example of playing the ball and not the player. William Ross with a nice pickoff.
Third interception on the season for Ibarra.
So Nimitz with a lead and the leather. They have it 1st and 10 at their own 9. 52 seconds here to go in the first half. Pass, it is tipped and is intercepted by the Tigers at the 15. They give it right back to them.
That was Palacios Jose, number 18, benefactor of that tip pass.
Can anybody hold on to the ball tonight?
Oh, right there. First of all, is Perez Ratana, number 52, that got his hands in the air. He's excited, and he should be. That's what you teach those linemen to do. Come in, hands up. Tip the ball.
Mr. Willman, how many chances do you have to have? They got to get some points. 1st and 10 at the Nimitz 15.
3.
At the least?
3.
Ibarra from the gun. He will take off. Penalty marker dropped way back in the backfield as soon as Ibarra tried to turn the corner.
Kevin Flores, number 87, out there all by his lonesome, but he thought he was, but no, the man in the white hat was staring down at him like staring down the barrel of a gun.
Offense.
Oh, I can see this.
10-yard penalty for the previous spot.
Yeah, that'll cost
Big first
10.
down.
It'll be placed down at the 25. Make it 1st and 20.
This is the stuff that drives coaches crazy. You make a great play defensively. You get your team with the football at the, 15 of your opponent, and then you have a mistake. Oh, there's open field here.
Ibarra taken off 20, 15, 10 to the 5, and dances his way to the end zone. A 25-yard skip to the end zone.
Once he made the corner, once he hit his edge, Ibarra was there with a 25-yard touchdown. He cut the edge and he cut the corner and used his speed.
All right, going for the equalizer, Caleb Centro. Try to knot this game up at 7 apiece. It is spotted. It is up, and it is perfect. So the Tigers able to take advantage of a Nimitz turnover.
See, I told you 3, right? 3. And here's the thing he failed to realize, John. If you look up at the clock, there's only 27 seconds left before the intermission. Nice move at the 3. Watch right there, little sidestep. One more time. I have the stance. Thank you.
Faked him out of his Nikes there at the 5.
So yeah, that's, if you're an Irving Tiger, that's a great sign. You got ball movement, you got your quarterback in action and him involved. It's pretty much a 1-2 punch for the Tigers. It's either going to be your quarterback or it's going to be your freshman. And the freshman Proctor had some great plays early on, and then when they started teeing on Proctor, then they said, hey, how about the quarterback, who says, I don't know if I want to sit down or not. Maybe I'm just going to stretch.
It'll go down as a 15-yard drive. They had to go 25 to score. And we start over at 7.
Yeah, that's a nice way of overcoming a mistake there with the holding call. That is the first touchdown rushing for the senior quarterback.
6 turnovers combined in this first half. Caleb Centro has it teed up. And it is a short, hold everything that they leave early.
Or do we get a timeout called? Let's see.
They've got 2 left.
Well, we've got plenty of officials on the side that are out there all kind of looking at each other, but
Were they ready?
maybe not. Did the ball fall off the tee? There was the other.
So Central will try it again here.
Flags are moving a little bit more than when the game started.
It's a deep pop fly, caught on a knee at the 30.
Fair catch. Ball point made by
Both bands, don't forget, at the half.
The 7th possession for Nimitz. 27 seconds left on the clock.
down 10 for the Vikings at 30.
Again, trying to snap a 3-game losing streak. The Vikings have won the last 3 in this series. There's the goal line. Quarterback Yarborough. See what they have up their sleeve here. 70 yards away. 27 seconds in which to work. Running play outside. First down yardage. Crossing the 40 and out of bounds. Darian Contreras.
Darian Contreras. Sorry. Forced out of bounds by Derek Figueroa.
His average yard per gain should be pretty decent.
Made of 10. Good for a Vikings first down at the 40.
6 carries, 34 yards,
Okay.
over 5 yards a pop.
First and 10 at the 40. Again from the spread. Right side, tripped up at the 45. Another gain for Darian Contreras. Timeout taken here.
Another one of his patented 5 or 6 yards a carry. 12 seconds to go, and only well, the Vikings have a couple of timeouts left in their back pocket, but time not on their side. Coach Small rounding up the troops, deciding what's the best plan of attack with only 12 seconds to go. Defensively, you know, the key, we've seen this so many times, John, is just keep the play in front of you and don't let it get behind you with only 12 seconds to go.
We'll see the Tigers next week. Our game of the week with the Cardinals of Mac.
We have the Tigers tonight and the next 2. 3 in a row on ICTN.
Second down, needing 4 at the Viking 46.
Cover 2 defensively. Corners about 10 yards off.
Another running play over the left side and a first down to the 47. Another gain for Darian Contreras, the junior, one of 19 on the roster.
He's close to 50 yards already here in the first half.
All right, Mr. Woolman, it's Texas OU weekend. Who do you like?
Oh, Texas. This year for sure. I mean, I didn't see last year coming, did you? The big shutout.
No, I did not.
The one-sided beat down by UT, but you know, obviously Oklahoma, you know, you don't need any excuse to be fired up, but since the Horns are up to number 3 now in the country, a little extra incentive if you can call it that, when these teams play.
So a nice interview with a former Nimitz Viking, Michael Huff, now the Assistant Director of Player Development at UT, national champion in 05, played in the NFL for about 10 years, and a Jim Thorpe Award winner. Michael Huff, name from the past here for the Nimitz Vikings. Ball spotted at the 47, first and 10, 5 seconds to go, load up.
And throw it to Hernandez. Throw it to number 12 if you're going to do it.
They got a squadron of receivers to the left. Yarborough looking left, throws a line drive. It's caught at the 25, inside the 20, but time will have run out. In the first half, a nice deep pass, a first down registered for Nimitz, but that'll do it. It is halftime. The Nimitz Vikings and the Irving Tigers tied at 7, our ICTN Game of the Week.
Hi, I'm Thomas Gandy. Be sure to join us on City Source. A pilot project is aimed at giving Irving residents a smoother ride on the roads. We'll show you what the city is working to accomplish through this work with an Irving-based company. Plus, we will have coverage of the Golden Sneaker Games and show you all of the fun of this annual event offered through the Heritage Senior Center. That's at 6 p.m. on ICTN Now, Spectrum Channel 16 and Frontier Channel 30, and at youtube.com/the City of Irving. For all of the important local stories and information we bring you on ICTN City Source.
Hello everyone, I'm Robert Sheik. Please be sure to join us on About Town to learn about a unique game kit for Fate Accelerated in page turners. And we showcase the return of the talented youngsters in Irving's one-act play. That's at 6:30 p.m. on ICTN Now, Spectrum Channel 16 and Frontier Channel 30. And on YouTube at the City of Irving, so you'll know what's happening about town.
It's spooky. It's diabolical. It'll send chills up and down your spine at events so haunting. It's eerie. Erie Irving returns to Trinity View Park on Saturday, October 21st from 6 to 10 p.m. Admission is free, so grab your scariest costume and make plans to attend Erie Irving.
Hi, I'm Thomas Gandy. Be sure to join us next time on City Source. A new Irving school is helping to prepare workers for jobs in high demand. See where students are learning about welding and more. Plus, see the updated features giving a brighter flair to the Irving Convention Center. That's starting October 13th at 6 p.m. on ICTN Now, Spectrum Channel 16 and Frontier Channel 30, and at youtube.com/the City of Irving for the important local stories and information we bring you on ICTN City Source. Hi, I'm Thomas Gandy. Be sure to join us on City Source. A pilot project is aimed at giving Irving residents a smoother ride on the roads. We'll show you what the city is working to accomplish through this work with an Irving-based company. Plus, we will have coverage of the Golden Sneaker Games and show you all of the fun of this annual event offered through the Heritage Senior Center. That's at 6 p.m. on ICTN Now, Spectrum Channel 16 and Frontier Channel 30, and at youtube.com/the City of Irving for all of the important local stories and information we bring you on ICTN City Source.
Hello everyone, I'm Robert Sheik. Please be sure to join us on About Town to learn about a unique game kit for Fate Accelerated in page turners. And we showcase the return of the talented youngsters in Irving's one-act play. That's at 6:30 p.m. on ICTN Now, Spectrum Channel 16 and Frontier Channel 30. And on YouTube at the City of Irving, so you'll know what's happening about town.
It's spooky. It's diabolical. It'll send chills up and down your spine at events so haunting.
Halftime, 7-7, our score on the crosstown rivalry, and it's not a rivalry on the field. Let's take a look at the drill team here as they finish up their performance.
The Toy Tigers would like to thank their sponsors, Texas Motion Sports, Swag, Seniors with a Goal, and Quick Car Irving. The Vicas are under the direction of Shelly Seals and assisted by Marcy Cooper. The Toy Tigers are under the direction of Tasha Franklin and assisted by Lucy Lucy.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Please welcome to the field for your halftime entertainment, the Nimitz High School Viking Band. Drum majors for the Nimitz Viking Band are Olivia Early, Diana Gordiola, and Isabella Martin. The Nimitz Viking Band is under the direction of band directors Nathan Ewing, Parker Twilliger, Eric Gibbons, and Thomas Hammond. Tonight, the Nimitz Viking Band will be performing a portion of their halftime show entitled Morpheus to the Edge of the Night. Musical selection includes The Sorcerer's Apprentice by Dukas and Lacrimosa from Requiem by Mozart. Now, please sit back, relax, and enjoy the performance of the Nimitz High School Viking Band.
The Nimitz Viking Band. Great job, everybody. You know, the key word this time of year is contest. The contests are right around the corner come October. Then once November gets here, they kind of, just slide on into the holidays. But hey, job well done. Nice hard work. We've got a tight ball game, 7-7. The stats and everything in between pretty much reflect that score. And a lot of turnovers in this first half, and that's pretty much how that first quarter started, to be honest with you. Field position and turnovers, and we start with a turnover here. The quarterback, Ybarra, going back to pass. Was it a forward pass? They said no, it was a fumble. And then an interception on the other side for Irving. Perez Diaz goes up high. Nice play that time to take one away from Hernandez. Back come the Vikings. The Vikings score with their backup quarterback, Caleb Yarborough. The guy's played a great game. He's had a couple of games under his belt already as a starting quarterback, and he looks pretty poised back there.
And now, ladies and
point good at 7-0, but then with 27 seconds left to go before the intermission, it's Xavier Yarborough, the senior, right side, makes a nifty move at the 3 and sachets into the end zone. The extra point was good, and it was tied at 7-7, and that's how it ended in the first half. The stats, if you look at the second from the bottom, turnovers, each team turned it over 3 times. Not a lot of big plays. I mean, the Vikings did have 98 yards rushing, and that was a pretty balanced attack to boot. But 3 turnovers apiece, a little too much heavy on the penalty side. Combined 11 penalties for both sides, 85 yards if you combine them both. So this is it's a crosstown rivalry, and despite the turnovers and everything else in between, it's been a competitive game, and that's all you can ask for. And we've got one so far at the midway point. We've already seen the Tigerettes and the Vikas perform together as a drill team, so now it's down to the Irving Tiger Band for their halftime performance. They're about set and ready, and so are we. So let's go down to the field.
Beetlejuice. Beetlejuice. It's showtime.
Outstanding Band Members of the Week, Jacqueline Garcia and Kevin Garcia Berrios. Percussion Member of the Week is Aaron Gonzalez. Color Guard Member of the Week is Jaime Ortiz. Their dedication and service to the band is above and beyond what is called for. The Tiger Marching Band is under the direction of Scott Anderson, Iberto Diaz, Emilio
All right, the Irving
Jess
Band
Leon, and Don
with an
Jackson.
enjoyable halftime performance. And we've got a great performance and a great game going on right now, tied at 7 at the half. We're going to take a break, and when we come back, we'll have the second half action for you here on ICTN. Stay with us.
Hi, I'm Thomas Gandy. Be sure to join us on City Source. A pilot project is aimed at giving Irving residents a smoother ride on the roads. We'll show you what the city is working to accomplish through this work with an Irving-based company. Plus, we will have coverage of the Golden Sneaker Games and show you all of the fun of this annual event offered through the Heritage Senior Center. That's at 6 p.m. on ICTN Now, Spectrum Channel 16 and Frontier Channel 30, and at youtube.com/The City of Irving. For all of the important local stories and information we bring you on ICTN City Source.
It's spooky. It's diabolical. It'll send chills up and down your spine. An event so haunting, it's eerie. Erie Irving returns to Trinity View Park on Saturday, October 21st from 6 to 10 p.m. Admission is free, so grab your scariest costume and make plans to attend Erie Irving.
Hi, I'm Thomas Gandy. Be sure to join us next time on City Source. A new Irving school is helping to prepare workers for jobs in high demand. See where students are learning about welding and more. Plus, see the updated features giving a brighter flair to the Irving Convention Center. That's starting October 13th at 6 p.m. on ICTN Now, Spectrum Channel 16 and Frontier Channel 30, and at youtube.com/The City of Irving for the important local stories and information we bring you on ICTN City Source. The City of Irving will go back to twice-a-week manual trash collection on Monday, December 4th. City leadership is working to balance the desires of residents with the wellness of solid waste services collection crew members. Along with twice-a-week trash collection, recycling as well as brush and bulky materials will be picked up once a week. The change will require the city to hire an additional 21 collections employees. A rate increase is needed to fund those additional positions and provide a wage increase for employees. Updates will be available at cityofirving.org/SWS, and we'll also keep you informed here on City Source.
Away, we played to a 7-7 push here on our ICTN Game of the Week. Nimitz Vikings about to receive our second half kickoff.
With the Tigers kicking off, number 24, Caleb.
A lot of penalties, 85 yards combined in the first half. It has cooled off considerably since kickoff. Temperature in the 70s, 73 or 78 to be exact. Humidity still low, and the wind, Mr. Willman, has picked up out of the north.
At 10 miles an hour. Oh.
It's a short, it's an onside kick. It didn't go 10, flags fly. Was it touched before it went 10?
Well, the official threw the flag, meaning it would have to be touched. Otherwise, it did go 10. Now, let's see what the officials say. Did you see anybody for Irving touch it? I didn't think so, but...
Well, let's see. There's a confab at midfield. The officials in discussion. If the Vikings have it, it'll be inside midfield, and here's the indication by a referee tonight, Irving native Scott Huber.
Offsides.
Okay, I can see that.
5-yard penalty, free kick.
So, offsides I can see.
Got that little extra start.
No illegal touch, though. That's good, because I did not see an illegal touch.
They'll do it again. Jammering it low. Back deep.
Look at the top of your screen, John. Top of your screen will show you the offsides. Good job, fellas.
Yeah, it's a good shot.
Two guys had the body across.
So we'll kick off now from the 35.
Again, Centeno kicking off.
You know what I
Centro.
always thought was weird is the quarterback past the line of scrimmage. You know, his whole body can be across the line as long as the back foot is still behind the 1 foot behind the line. It's not past the line.
Deep to receive.
I've seen some that looks like a good 6-7 feet beyond. This one is a hanger and caught at the 22, 30, 32, crossing the 40 and out to the 45. Nice return by Lowe.
Quickly like to give you
Marion Lowe on the return, giving the Vikings good field position to begin the second half.
One of many underclassmen on both of these teams. Coach Nickerson going to the freshman well for his offensive backfield, and we've had, what, about half dozen or so sophomores for Nimitz, and Nimitz also brought in some freshmen of their own tonight, a couple.
Caleb Yarborough swings it out to the left side. It's a first down catch and run. Still moving and tossed out of bounds is a Nicholas Kennedy.
And ends up being a 17-yard catch and throw by Kennedy. His first catch of the night, John.
Nimitz had 98 yards rushing, 33 yards of passing in the first 24 minutes.
It's that wide receiver split screen. You need a couple of good downfield blocks, and he got it. And good run after the catch.
First and 10 from the Irving Tiger 38. Running play up the middle to the 30, 25. Another first down. And more yards on the Knights. And an Irving Tiger down at the 25. Can't tell if it's a linebacker or one of the safeties who came up. That, is that Alvarez? Either Alvarez or...
No, that's Cantarero. Yeah, number 7. Plays like an outside tackle on the defensive line. That was a nice run. I did not see who carried the ball. We'll take a look at it again, and it's just a dive right up the middle, isn't it, Maldonado? Yes, it is. See, now this thing, if you're a linebacker, you're in the secondary, you can't see. The linemen get high, he stays low. You're like, who's got the ball and where is he?
You know, that's where Pena could be so effective for the Tigers. Maybe all of 5'7", Adriel Pena.
Right. You know, for Maldonado, that was only his 5th carry, John, and he's got 60 yards.
I like that average.
Yep, you can see why he was one of the top 20 rushers in the Metroplex before he picked up the injury. You know, we have 2 in the top 10 in this district. Deontay Dean of Lake Highlands has led from the get-go, averaging 8 yards a carry, has 11 touchdowns and almost 1,200 yards of rushing.
Victor Cantarero escorted to the sidelines. First and 10, Nimitz. They scrimmage from the Irving 23. Empty backfield and running straight ahead. And that is where the Irving Tigers shut the door. 3, 4, 5 in the pileup.
Jaden Alonzo, number 8, the first to make contact. Yarborough says, man, you know, Maldonado makes that look so easy.
And now a Nimitz Viking down back at the line of scrimmage.
Is that Alonzo?
Irving, that's a Irving Tiger down.
Yep, that's Alonzo, the backer that made first contact. Checking the ankle. Well, they're pushing back. Maybe he's got a cramp.
Jaden Alonzo.
We still get cramps, what, John, 6 weeks in?
Yeah, at least, and not counting some of the scrimmages. So the junior, very gingerly, will be helped to the sidelines. So they're without a couple players here. Cantarero and now Alonzo. What'd you think about Beetlejuice, the performance at halftime?
I love the theme. I can honestly say in the 20 or more years I've been doing these games on ICTN. I think that's the first for me to see Beetlejuice.
Good origination by the band and the drill team.
Absolutely.
2nd and 10 from the 23. Yarborough will take the snaps. You got 3 receivers and you got a procedure. You got motion before the snap. So we'll scoot back 5. And now Cantarero back in, number 7. Back in the lineup. And that means Julio Puente, number 56, comes out. 2nd and 15 from the 28. Again, 3 receivers to the short side, out to the left, all bunched up. Now they break it off. Hernandez in motion. Here's a gift of Maldonado. Maldonado over the left side, gains 5. Bring up 3rd and 10. A different pattern out to the left, and you have a man in motion, and Hernandez, and the play goes the other way. The handoff to Maldonado.
A lot of misdirection. Trying to confuse the guys up front and the defensive middle linebackers. You know, Maldonado got the 5 they lost on the illegal procedure penalty.
They fooled some, but not our camera operators. Not the case.
Maldonado there. Again, him and Yarborough in the backfield.
3rd and 10. Yarborough will keep it. Looking for a block. He's got one. Maldonado slides to the 16.
Yarborough keeps on the play, brought down by Christopher.
In the area was Alvarez, number 1.
Probably one of the better runs by Yarborough.
7.
Got a lead block by Maldonado there on the left edge. Coach Small looking on.
It's 4th and 3. They need to get to the 13. 3 receivers now to the right. On 4th and 3. It comes to a halt. The Tigers may have called time, and they did. Didn't like what they saw and will burn a timeout.
The thing is that the Vikings showed their hand on what they were going to call that time. It was going to be a dive play to number 7, Maldonado. Do they go back to that same play? Now that the Tigers have seen what they were going to run, do you give them something different? It's been a lot of smoke and mirrors, I guess, maybe, perhaps, for this Viking offense, John. We were alluding to, you know, trips to one side, then you break off with a man in motion, go in the other direction. Just a lot of different formations and a lot of movements for a defense to digest.
There's some movement.
Yep, some dance on the sideline with the camera in her hand. Dancing and taking pictures. She must be a vlogger.
Here they come, 4th and 3 from the 16 of Irving. We're tied at 7. Not quite 3 minutes into the second half. Man in motion. Here is the handoff coming right, and a first down and more inside the 10. It'll be 1st and goal. Do we see a flag on the hard hit out of bounds? A marker drop at the 10.
Well, it's a 10-yard pickup.
Hernandez.
By Hernandez. It will be a first unless they're going to bring this back, because yes, they are.
Holding. Offense, number 11. 10-yard penalty from the final 5. Repeat for penalty.
Closing in on 100 yards and total penalties tonight.
Oh, we're over it by 5. You're the winner. Here we go. Near side. Watch 11. I believe that's who they called it on. Contreras. Right. See, he just grabs him. You don't have to grab him. You're on the edge. You're where it's easy for an official to call it. If you've lost your advantage for the block, you're just going to have to give up and wait another day.
That places it back at the 23, and we have a 40-yard field goal attempt upcoming for the Vikings.
It's kind of a cross breeze. He has a little advantage to his back.
It's spotted. It is up. It's a spinner, and it is wide right. From 40 yards.
It was long enough.
Yeah. Joseph Osorio.
It's a victory for the Tiger defense. And now they get the ball back. Is this the first time they've touched it in the second half?
It is. 3 minutes and 3 seconds did the Vikings have it to begin the second half. So they turn it over on the missed field goal. And possession number 1 in the half for the Irving Tigers. We're tied at 7. And they'll start from their 23.
When you have a close game, John, you kind of keep the shenanigans to a minimum between the two.
Try to tighten it up. Ibarro from the 23. Here's a handoff. That is some nice running room on the outside. Napoleon Proctor. Proctor out to the 26. Could have been a lot more.
If it wasn't for Maldonado making the tackle, number 7.
Came up quickly.
On the edge goes Proctor right here. Maldonado just in the middle of your screen. Great closing speed. And grabbed him by the ankle. Being fast is so good, John.
Yeah, no substitute for speed. Speed kills. 2nd and 7. Hand off, and so does a nice 3-player block at the line of scrimmage. No gain.
Not for Pena, as Jack Simmons, the defensive end slash linebacker, 6'1", 220. You see him right there, number 58. Wrapped him up from the get-go.
He was one of the leading tacklers last year. Had close to 70 stops and 6 sacks. 3rd and 9.
Not a position the Tigers are good to overcome, although Javier at quarterback has opened things up.
3rd and 9. Short pass, a possession pass, and drilled hard. Kevin Flores, number 87, going nowhere.
Well, they wrapped him up, and that's a good thing. I mean, he's not fleet of foot, but he is a good, solid player out there. You're not going to drag him down.
And here comes a punt team, Caleb Central. On to boot it away. We punting into the wind.
At first half, Irving seemed to have the best of Nimitz as far as field position is concerned. Right now, it's quite the opposite.
It's Christopher Hernandez standing in midfield. High snap. Here comes a rush. Just got it away. It's Centro. Hits at the 45. Is picked up on one big bounce. 35-30. And a combo block out of bounds. That'll cost him 15. DeWaylen Ross really nailed well out of bounds.
Ross wasn't even the intended guy to catch the ball in receiving. He was actually one of the gunners going back to block. He looks up, and the punt is way shy of its destination, and it bounces right in his arms, and he just takes off with it.
There goes Brent Nickerson. And personal foul. If we take another look at it, you can see Ross really leveled out of bounds.
He's really trying to sell it, but let's look at it again. Let's see where the sideline is at. He's still in bounds, still kind of out of bounds, and it's that one last hit.
Personal foul, way out of bounds. On the kicking team, 15-yard penalty, automatic first down.
Half the distance. It's spotted at the 26. Should be placed down near the 13. Yeah, that's where they spotted at 13. 1st and 10 for Nimitz.
It's that field position game.
In the red zone plus. Full house backfield, 1st and 10 from the 13. Now they break it off, and it is empty. Straight ahead to the 10, to the 9, and stacked up at the 8. Just a keeper all the way for Caleb Yarborough.
Let's see. It's on the edge. Could be a holding against Nimitz. Maybe on that right side. And it is.
You guessed right. So, break for the Tigers. It's a gain of about 6.
Number 54.
Coming back.
Well, I'd like to say I'm proficient at it, but I think, just the odds are in my favor. That's what it's going to be.
Well, sooner or later, batting about 500.
Let's see if we can see. We can't. Well, there's a hold right there. That was an easy pick. That's, again, Joel Garcia, 54. He's new out there this week from when we saw him before. The flag kind of came from the opposite side, so there could have been more than one hold, but that was definitely, you grab them and twist them, it's going to be a hold.
First and not quite 20. First and about 18. Here's a screen pass. It's a flea flicker into the end zone. They had a man open, wide open, and not able to connect.
Kennedy was there. He was in the back part of the end zone. Hernandez was pretty much at the goal line. And remember what I said earlier? I said you got to have a trick play. I think a trick play is going to do things. Well, that's what they did. They gave it to Maldonado, who has been running very well tonight. So, your first instinct is to stop him from running. And then he pulls back and throws, not one of his better tosses. And the head coach, Nickerson, talking to Victor Cantarero, the linebacker, about something. Again, folks, we have another flag down, and if Victor is going to the sideline, perhaps maybe there was a late hit on one of the players. Coach Small says, hey, I'll take the penalty. Let's move it down. Let's go.
Coach Small.
A lot of talking going on between the officials at the 20-yard line.
He was promoted to head coach right before the start of fall camp last year.
You see the flag right there where the officials are at. This may be a personal foul. Anytime you get a personal foul on sportsmanlike, there's unsportsmanlike on both. You see one of the other officials writing it down. That's when you know somebody did something.
They're offsetting dead ball and sportsmanlike fouls on both on the play. Unsportsmanlike conduct on the offense, unsportsmanlike conduct on the defense. Defense number 7 for a punch. He is disqualified.
I give it to this crew, Rob. Yeah, that's a hard. Where do you spot the ball? I mean, they've got to keep up with the spot.
Replay it, right?
They have a hard time up here spotting where it should be, but they're down there and have to make the call. And where do you spot it? Where'd you see it happen?
Did not hear the number on Nimitz, although, as we expected, Cantarero was the guilty party on the Tiger side.
Okay, for now it's placed at the 21.
Is that the original line of scrimmage?
Original line of scrimmage. Well, it started at the 13, but
because of that one holding call. So yeah, this is back where they should be.
Second and close to 20. It's a keeper, Yarbrough, and hit hard at the 18.
Jesus Juarez, number 90. Also coming in, number 25, Jose Castro, a sophomore, another sophomore. He's a linebacker.
Well, they need just over 15. Call it 3rd and 16 from the Irving Tiger 18.5. Two receivers, kind of a stacked eye out to the right. The play goes the other way. Yarbrough is dropped at the 23.
Alonso again making his presence felt. The linebacker with the rush wrapped him up behind the line. They may try another field goal.
Michael Webb is out there, number 14.
This is going to be about the same distance they missed earlier.
For the other hash mark, so an angle to the right.
Watch the replay. Alonso ran right past him, but then came back in a hurry and wrapped him up for the tackle.
From 40, to give Nimitz the lead. And
hold your horses, Mr. Nelson.
Comes to a halt. See a timeout indicated motion. That's going to make it even longer. Do you trust him from 45?
No. I don't know.
Wind at the back. Yarborough will be the holder. And
I think with the wind to your back, John, yeah, go ahead and take it.
It's Osorio, number 32.
Long enough.
It misses. It sails to the right. So 2 missed field goals, and Irving will have it for the second time.
Both times, John, it was distance. Distance was fine. It was just the accuracy part of it.
Further back you are, the trajectory changes greatly. So the Tigers hold them off again, and will take over at their own 27 or 28, at the 28.
What can the Tigers do offensively to try to open up the game a little bit?
Pena, number 2, in the backfield. Xavier Ibarra, low snap. Here's the end around, not going to develop. And Proctor is eaten alive. He turns it over. It's scooped up. And this is a touchdown for the Nimitz Vikings.
Pena with the pickup. And there were like 4 Vikings all around the running back. And at first we thought Proctor had it, but right there, right out of the gun, it appeared that John Torres came across the line and hit him pretty hard, and Pena was there for the pickup and the score.
Luis Pena, the senior linebacker, took it from about 12 yards. A turnover, a pickup, and a score for the Vikings. (13-7). The extra point attempt is good, just inside the right upright.
The extra point is good.
So a turnover for the second time has cost the Irving Tigers. Here's the play.
Pretty much stripped out of there, and Proctor, he tried to pick it back up. But Pena was Johnny on the spot. Berra could not stop him in time. And a big play by the Viking defensive unit gives Nimitz the lead here late in quarter number 3. It was 66, who we don't have on our program, but in the past, that has been John Torres, number 64, who had his number changed a couple of weeks ago from 64 to 66. So I'm banking on Torres, who has played right tackle in the past offensively, and we've seen him a lot on the defensive side of the football tonight for these Vikings. Both coaches trying to shake things up, bringing up younger players, putting players where they haven't played before, just trying to find that combination that they can get a spark and pick up their first win of the season.
7 turnovers now combined. That's a fumble. Nimitz, for the moment, on top 14-7. It'll be Michael Webb to kick off. Just how deep he boots it's another question. You have Diaz back deep for Proctor.
He's got the wind to his back, remember.
Short and caught on the fly at midfield, a line drive into the hands of Alvarez.
Hey, heads up play by Alvarez. Good job. Give your team the ball at the 50.
Nimitz trying to catch the Tigers off balance. And the sure-handed grab by Christopher Alvarez, the senior. Spotted officially at the Irving Tiger 49. Their 3rd possession of the half.
I have mixed feelings about those little pooch kicks.
They hate to give up the field position.
Yeah.
They did here, starting at the 49.
At the same time, maybe they feel like the fact that Irving hasn't moved the ball that well, they can get away with it.
Pena and Proctor in the backfield. Xavier Ibarra, the quarterback. This is Proctor looking for an opening, and Proctor runs hard for a yard.
Salem Washington, number 20. The two right in there on the attack defensively.
Tigers 0-3 in district, Nimitz 0-4. Vikes on top by 7, 3:42 to go here in the third. 2nd and 9, ball right between the hash marks. Got to send Trevon Lewis wide right, Proctor to the left. And a handoff, and squirting free inside the 45, close to a first down, is Adriel Pena. Adriel, a senior, and nice hard run, just a little short. Be third and a long yard.
You thought he might get a little more, but Luis Pena was there to drag him down one-handed after a pickup of 8. Pena, a shorter stature, he can hide behind those linemen.
You know, they could, Kevin Flores, I think he's taken the ball a couple of times this year. They could use Flores as a nice, hefty running back on short situations, but Ibarra going to try to do it himself. They string it out. Flag drop as Ibarra is dropped at the 48.
Maldonado was so quick. He came up from the secondary and made that look pretty easy before Xavier knew what hit him.
Tigers needed about 2 yards on 3rd down.
Offense, number 60. Penalties decline, 4th down.
And because of that defensive play by Pedro, they're going to refuse the penalty.
Okay, they need to get to the 41. They refuse it to set up 4th down.
Yeah, that's too far for the Tigers to go. They're still in this thing, you know.
Caleb Centro on the punt, the 2nd time in the half. Christopher Hernandez back at his own 25. Made a good snap from center here. It's a short snap. It's a play, and that busted things loose. Christopher Alvarez took the high snap. Looked by all in the world, Rob, that they were going to use a little trickery here.
We got a penalty, but we'll look at this. The snap looked like it was headed for the punter.
You know, maybe it was, and just a high snap. And
well, maybe they weren't on the same page, and Alvarez thought it was a fake. The snapper might have thought, let's go deep with it. Nonetheless, it ends up being a turnover. There was a penalty holding against the Tigers, of course, obviously refused by the Vikings, and now they have excellent field position as we're closing on the end of the 3rd quarter.
They'll place it at the 44. So for the Tigers, a punt, a fumble, and the ball going over on downs here in the 2nd half. 3rd possession for the Vikings at the 44 of the Tigers. Yarbrough, 10, 11, and out for a 12-yard gain on 1st down. Yarbrough quickly to Carlos Castillo, junior tight end.
First of all, let's just say what a nice catch by Castillo that time. That was a low toss that he grabbed up off the ground.
Had to go low to secure it from the 31. 1st and 10, Vikings leading by 7. It's a quarterback keeper. Yarbrough a couple of yards.
He's got 20 yards now on the evening.
Okay.
7 carries.
Nimitz coming off of a loss to Lake Collins. Before that, a loss to Richardson Pierce. It's 2nd down, needing 6 at the Irving 27.5. And twisted down at the 20. Would have been enough for a 1st down. But another flag flies. Holding back on the line.
Holding. Offense.
Got a suggestion. What if we just say holding's okay? If we say holding's okay, we'll cut down on over half the penalties. Let's look toward the middle. Maybe, well,
hard to say who's in the mix. Maldonado, the ball carrier.
You see the official throwing the flag back toward the middle.
What are your thoughts on holding about 25 yards away from the ball on a sweep that has no bearing on the play?
Then why hold? So that's my question. Is yours why call it? Yours is why call it. Mine is why in the dickens does the guy have to do it in the first place?
I don't want another stoppage in play.
Right.
Straight ahead on the keeper. 15, 10, 5, and his first and goal. Smoke through a keyhole right up the middle. Pedro Maldonado.
It was about a 34-yard gain.
They never saw him.
That puts him right at 99 yards on the night. Not bad for a guy that usually plays quarterback, and they bring him in as a tailback.
First and goal from the 5. Maldonado will take the snap and will score. And no penalty.
Maldonado with about a 5-yard scamper. Isn't it kind of amazing, John? We've seen this guy all year. How those particular plays, when he carries on a quarterback keep, the middle seems to open up like the parted sea. Is it his quickness? I don't know what it is, but we've seen countless plays like that where he goes up the middle and there's no one there on the first line of defense.
Extra point is good inside the right upright again. Osorio nails it, and now it is a 21-7 Nimitz lead. That is a 44-yard drive. Maldonado got him there.
That was a great run previous, and then right there, look, no one touches him till he's in the end zone.
Into the promised land.
And the Vikings can breathe a little more comfortably with a 21-7 lead. Still one more quarter to go. But you're looking at a Tiger team that has struggled to put points on the board throughout the year. They had one touchdown called back by their quarterback in the first half because, yes, of a penalty. And now they find themselves down by 2 scores with about a quarter to go, a quarter and some change.
Came in only averaging 7 points a game.
They do have the wind to their back in the fourth quarter, if that means anything.
Means something to us.
What does it mean? It means change the graphic.
Osorio will give it the full windup.
There's my
come
point.
Out to the 25.
There's my point right there, John. Look what he could do. Boom.
So it'll be 1st and 10 at the 25.
I'm curious, you know, we saw Pierce last week against MacArthur. And, you know, they've got a really high-flying offense. Their quarterback is second in the Metroplex in passing. In fact, 4 quarterbacks in this district, Mr. Nelson, are in the top 20 in the Metroplex in passing.
Well, we were told it would be a very good year for the quarterbacks in this district, and that has proven out.
It's playing out that way. When you have 3 of the top 10 in the Metroplex, that's pretty darn good.
Ibarro, a direct snap. He will keep it, gets to the edge, 30, 35, first down, runs out of bounds at the 37. Nice gain of 12 yards for the senior quarterback, number 16. Playing catch up now, down 21-7.
Gives them 81 yards on the night. Now, I'm nice. A lot of times, quarterback, if he gets sacked, you know, they take that away from him. Yeah, we're a little leeway here. We give you all plus. We're trying to be positive.
We're liberal voters.
Here we are. When it comes to offensive, we are. Jesuits, Charlie Peters has thrown for 18 touchdowns this year.
Yeah, he's got some great receivers.
He does. And Presley Harper, who we saw a week back.
Oh, it squirts loose. The race is on. A huge loss of yardage.
See, there goes the negative yardage.
Back the other way.
You got to take it away from the 81, John. Man, that's what the official guys will do. There it is, over his head.
About 60 now.
There's where frustration hits you right in the gut as a head coach.
Well, they say in dire situations, hope floats. It just sank right there. And that'll take us to the end of the third. So 3 down, 1 to go. We head to the fourth quarter. Our score, Irving Nimitz 21, Irving High 7.
It's diabolical. It'll send chills up and down your spine at events so haunting. It's eerie. Erie Irving returns to Trinity View Park on Saturday, October 21st from 6 to 10 p.m. Admission is free, so grab your scariest costume and make plans to attend Erie Irving.
Irving Tigers facing a second and close to 30. Need to get to the 38-yard line. There's a shift over by Pena. 3rd and a mile. Too tall. Intended for Trevon Lewis. And personnel changes here. Nothing gained.
John and I talking about a former Nimitz Viking running back that seemed to just dominate in the backfield on those Mike Farda teams, and we had to call in the assistance of our former executive producer Scott Snyder to rattle our cage a little bit. Oh, what a catch.
Juggled and brought in at the 40. Was it?
Oh, I thought he had it.
I did too. Number 5, Patrick Claros. Claros listed as a tight end, the senior. So it is 4th and close to 30.
This was
so
a
close.
Remarkable play. Yeah, I can't use the ground to secure the catch.
Got behind Lewis Pena, number 9.
The ref was right there on it.
Centeno.
So it'll be punted away as Caleb Centro with the wind. Oh, this is a beauty. Hits at the 37, continues to roll inside the 20, inside the 10. Where will it end up? At the 1.
Well, there's field position for you, right?
Wow. What a punt. Gets him out of a hole, but now they got to stop the Vikings, who lead by 2 touchdowns.
Yes, we were discussing Farda and some of his great running backs. Of course, Roderick Walker, who was inducted into the Hall of Fame, I believe, this year for Nimitz. But way before Roderick, there was a running back in the 80s named Derek Trigg. And Derek would take those sweeps, sweep right, sweep left, sweep right. You get it, but they just churned up the yardage. They controlled the clock. And that was one of the many successes behind Mike Farda and those Nimitz Viking winning teams back in the 80s.
That's the name we are trying to come up with. I could see him in my mind. Maldonado crosses the 10, has a first down.
That's what, a quick 15-yard pickup.
Drive starts at the 1, down 21-7.
Johnny's got 119 yards unofficially as a hybrid quarterback, running back, safety.
They say the Swiss Army knife. That's a popular term that all the announcers use now. He's the Swiss Army knife. From the 15. And nothing at all.
He's a utility player with skill.
Opens up things. Nimitz had 98 yards on the ground in the first half. There you see Contreras, wide receiver coming back, Nicholas Kennedy. 2nd and a dime. Just underway in the 4th quarter. Week number 6 of the 2023 season. They got the time on their side. They have the weapons on their side, leading by 2 touchdowns. 2 receivers wide right. At the 15, right between the hash marks. Quick play, a little screen pass out to the right, to the 20. And a gain of 5 yards or so. That's number 13, Nicholas Kennedy. It'll be 3rd and less than 4. Just less than 4 yards needed here on 3rd down. 7-7 our halftime score. 3rd and short, motion in the line. Did the Tigers come across first? Could be a free play at a short hop at the 40. But have the Tigers given the Vikings a first down? Pass intended for Kennedy, number 13.
You can kind of sum up the night, wouldn't you think?
Yeah, more yards, and penalty that benefits the Vikings. So the penalty gives Nimitz a first down. Too quick on the right side, Puente. New set of downs at the 27. Crisscross handoff, nice play. Crossing the 35 and close to 10. Darian Contreras will give him 10 and another first down.
He's had a good night tonight. That mixed direction where they had one player in motion coming to the near side, and then once the ball is snapped, Contreras will go the opposite direction. Vikings love to pull the guards and the tackles. Opens up some nice holes up the middle.
Whole line paved the way. Maldonado will take the snap. And he will hand it off, and that will lose yardage. And is there a flag?
Take on the play.
See one. Yeah, I'll do, right at the 35. And the penalty against Nimitz. Step it off. It will be placed.
Foul, shot block on the offense.
The 25, the 10-yard mark off.
Repeat first down.
They'll place it at the 23 on the illegal block.
We've seen that called twice
Yeah, we
tonight.
have.
15-yard penalty moves it back to the 20.
They're looking for it. Their radar's out.
25.
Well, they need to get to the 37. I'll check it. They need to get to the 47. So it's 25 needed, 1st and 25. from their own 22. Running play out to the 26. Upended there at the 27. So Darian Contreras gains 4. Clock moving, 8:44 to go, leading 21-7. Tigers overall 0-5, Nimitz 0-6.
I've been doing some research for you, John.
Well, I saw the iPad open and a lot of numbers. I can't keep up with it.
No, too many numbers.
To the other side, nice running and out to the 35, Maldonado. And again, Robbie's, that first step was so quick. My gosh, he loses a lot of would-be tacklers with that first step.
All right, we talked about Derek Trigg. Well, first of all, in 82, for 82 and 83, Nimitz had a running back by the name of Wayne Stewart. He was 11th in the state in rushing back in 82. In 84, we had Derek Trigg, 1,900 yards, second in the state of Texas. In 1988, then Walker came around with 2,100 yards. He was number 2 as well in the state of Texas in rushing.
What a 6-year period,
man,
for running
Coach Farda,
backs.
yeah.
Timeout taken by Nimitz as they face a 3rd and 14. So Trigg had 1,900. So a playoff team, that's 100, a little over 100 yards a game. Right at it.
Yeah. So take a look at who the Vikings still have to play in the remainder of the season. They've got 3 tough ones in a row. Highland Park, Jesuit, Berkner. Now, Jesuit not the team that we've seen in past years. By their standards, they are down this year. Highland Park always steady. And then Berkner making some noise as well.
So you're saying
they've got a tough row to hoe.
3 of the top teams in the district.
Yeah.
From the 33, 3rd and 14. To the short side, crossing the 40, 45. Almost broke it loose at the 45.
How does he do that, John?
He is our MVP tonight. No question what he has done. You got to think Hernandez also in the mix.
He's like up to 150 yards rushing tonight. Contreras leading the charge. He breaks one tackle because they didn't wrap up. And then he's finally brought to rest thanks to number 12, Xavier Page.
Well, that was an excellent lead block by Contreras. Just flattened his defender at the 45.
Let me tell you, we've seen the Derek Triggs of the world, and those guys, they had some power to them. On the other side, it's speed.
Look at this, more speed down to the 22-yard line. Another gain for Darian Contreras. And Nimitz on the roll here.
Watch right side, they just put it in his gut. Good lead block out front. Hits the edge. We'll give credit where credit is due. Brian Martinez, number 50.
There's a road grader on that. 5'9" at 288. Another running play to the other side.
Almost a first down. That was Yarborough with the keep. They love that trips. Trips to the left this time.
The ball at the 12. .645, clock moving. To the 9 goes Yarborough. 3-yard pickup. Nimitz in great shape to pick up their first win of the year. it'll be a good week of practice. Maldonado to the left of Yarborough. From the 9. 1st and goal. How about 6 more? Mr. Maldonado finds the end zone. Again. Took it in from 5, this time from 9.
And Maldonado, he may turn into a good player for them.
Airs up the footballs in practice, serves team meals. What else is there to do?
So, true story. I'm in a restaurant today. I'm listening to these guys talk.
What station?
No, this is at the diner, at the cafe. And the guy, I kid you not, the guy says, I look in a bucket of water all day. And the waitress had to ask, you look in a bucket of water all day? He said, yes, I do. Here's the replay again of Maldonado, right side. Again, a nice block down to even the second level that time by Martinez. Ground level, dive play, read option. Maybe it was Maldonado all the way. He scores. Finish the story. He goes, yes, I work for a company that makes footballs. And I'm a bladder inspector, and I have to make sure that I stick the bladder for the football in the water to make sure it doesn't leak. And
what a job.
Holds water, yeah.
Huh?
Yeah. He goes, I make $20 an hour doing that.
Really?
Yeah. So if you ever find yourself needing extra cash, John, you can be a bladder inspector.
So he stuck it in. If you see the air bubbles, he just tosses it out, right? Not good enough?
He didn't go into anything in depth. That's all I know.
You know, you can buy the official. These footballs have gone up.
Yeah.
I mean, the pigskin, which is now actually leather, this is $50, $60.
God, I thought it'd be $100 and something by now. No? I thought it's $50 or $60 back in the 70s.
This one goes out of bounds, so that'll be at the 35. That's where they'll place it.
So, John, at the old Six Flags Mall in Arlington, they had the sporting goods store Oshman's. That's where, one year for my birthday, I wanted the Duke. And I still have it to this day. The old official NFL football, the Duke.
Wilson?
Yep, made of leather. Now, if I was smart, I would have taken the AFL ball they also had. It stayed up for sale forever. No one wanted the AFL ball back in the 70s, the mid-70s. That would probably be worth more than the Duke.
The AFL ball would be. I mean, that the name synonymous with the pass-happy teams of that league. From the 30 on 1st and 10, looking for and just out of the reach of the receiver on the near side. Number 29, Napoleon Proctor. They try to go deep. Does Xavier Ibarra?
You know, he had a couple of steps on the guy. He had a couple of steps on Kellum.
So the football was used, or was it just kept in the house? Did you?
No, I used it, you know. I mean, you're going to buy it, you're going to use it, right? That's way before the collectible, you know, oh, I should have left it in the box and just not looked, you know, played with it and just looked at it. Nah. I did use saddle soap on it, though.
Did you?
Yeah, trying to keep
Softened it up?
Yeah.
Ibarra drops back, same play. Proctor, well, they had Proctor and both Lewis there together near midfield. You know, Neat's foot oil was the go-to softener, and kind of still is for baseball gloves and some footballs. I've autographed many of them.
Is that what you'd use for your baseball glove, and then you'd put the ball in the mitt and wrap it up? The mitt, wrap it up.
With rope?
Some kids
or
would
twine?
Sleep with theirs.
3rd and 10 from the 30, under 6 minutes to go. Tigers just scrambling here to get a first down. Trevon Lewis will go wide left on 3rd down and hold everything. A timeout. Timeout taken here at the 5:55 mark. Tigers facing a 3rd and 10.
Upcoming for the Tigers, Mac will have that game next week on ICTN. Then they finish out the season with some Richardson schools along with Lake Highlands. They've went through the gauntlet early on when you have to play Highland Park and Jesuit back-to-back, and not fun times for this young team.
Is that the homecoming game with Richardson week 8?
Yes.
Yeah, it should be.
The Richardson Eagles.
The high-flying team off I-75.
Where nothing is high-flying on that road.
No, not at all. 2 tight ends on 3rd and 10, 2 receivers. Closest one to the near side is Proctor. And it's a quarterback keeper. First down yardage, 45 to midfield. Xavier Ibarra with a first down run on 3rd and long.
Yeah, 21-yard gain. Pick up a first down, all quarterback keeper. Found the hole and the softness in the middle of that defense. I think he's been a bright spot for this young Tiger team.
5.5 to go from the 49 of Nimitz. Ibarra looping one out and overthrows everyone. May have been under duress trying to hang it out there in the open space.
I think they're going to look at the tape on Saturday and they're going to go, you know, we had some receivers open. There's a player down for Nimitz across the way. That they've had guys open. Proctor has been open tonight.
There's Jonathan Hall being helped up.
Good to see him pop back up.
And now runs off unattended. Even a better sign.
Yes. So it's just a matter of connecting between Ibarra and his wide receivers, whether it be Lewis or Proctor. Those two in particular have been sent out many times tonight in the pass pattern, and they're lined up at the top of your screen here on the second down.
Ibarra scrambling, unloads, and this one's short. Well, I sure would like to see Flores have a reception or a run. Kevin Flores, big junior tight end, hard to bring down.
Oh yeah, he had that one catch for a couple of yards in the first half.
Stops the clock, 5:12 remaining. 2 touchdowns here in the second half, both by Pedro Maldonado, one from 5, the other from 9. Yarborough had the other touchdown run for the Vikings, and here's a sack all the way back to the 44. They sent the house, the party crasher, Zaylen Washington and others.
Fun times to celebrate afterwards, but not fun if you're Xavier trying to make something happen as a quarterback. He meets the brick wall there.
Looking out of your ear hole here as he is planted. From the 44, it is 4th down. Need to get to the Viking 39. H-back is Flores. Going deep again, and just not happening, Rob. I mean, it's just,
no, he's
turn it over again.
You know, he's got a guy out there. He's got the one-on-one coverage, but he's throwing more in the middle of the field, and the wide receivers pretty much hugging that sideline. Matter of misread? Is it a matter of he can't get it in that direction? Whatever it is, like you said, John, in your words, not working for him. They'll have a week to try to regroup when they play MacArthur next week here on ICTN. Meanwhile, this will be the last game that we have for Nimitz this year.
Prime objective, run the ball, stay in bounds, everything on your side.
You see the YouTube address there. If you missed any of the Nimitz games this year, you can go back, take a look, see how things played out. Like John said, they're just going to keep it on the ground.
Handoff and a gain of 3. Bring up 2nd and 7. That's Javon Wolford.
Yep, first time we've seen him tonight.
Sophomore. 1 of 4 for head coach Small.
Just don't be like Pierce and try to rub it in and throw it at this juncture of the ball game.
That was a long, the last 5 minutes, man.
Of that game last week?
Yeah, last week. Took forever. Fumble, ball on the ground. Who has it? The Irving Tigers have it. They cover it up at the 41.
Without looking, John, how many turnovers tonight combined?
6, 7, 8, 9?
8. 8 it is.
And counting.
And counting. That is Puente, number 56. Knocked the ball out of the grasp of Contreras. Tigers get the ball back. Uphill battle.
Possession number 6 in the second half. They'll take over at their own 41. It's number 8, Jaden Alonso. And the Irving Tiger offense back out there. Adriel Pena to the left of Ibarra. He's running right, scanning the secondary, trying to get it to number 29, and it is caught in bounds. Napoleon Proctor. They go deep and they strike deep.
Oh, the quarterback took a hit.
And he is still there.
He took a hit.
Really walloped.
Yes, watch right there. Right at the end, Pena got him pretty good. This is the play they've tried to hook up with Proctor all night. Had him streaking down the sideline, and this time they were able to connect. But poor Xavier got hit right when he let go, and he's going straight for the sideline to get some air. Maybe he had the wind knocked out.
Really buckled hard. So we'll have a new quarterback.
Will it be Adriel Pena, number 2? He's thrown a couple. There's Proctor, the freshman. Some valuable experience as a wideout.
Also see Nywan Lewis, number 32.
Yep.
Lewis will take this snap. Handoff to Pena. Pena coming right side. And a nice pickup down to the 6. Nywan Lewis is a freshman. Pena, the senior. 2nd and about 3 from the 6. Lewis, same play. Pena fights off a tackler at the 2. Should have enough for a first down, and it is. It is 1st and goal, Irving. 2:52 to go. Took over at their own 41.
Strong running between the tackles, lowers his shoulder. Stood up, but keep the feet moving.
Ibarra back in there and is thrown down hard. Loses yardage back to the 8.
Call that John Torres.
You're right.
Switch numbers a few weeks back. Right there, right in on the quarterback before he knew what hit him.
Should be placed near the 7, and there it is. First made contact. 2nd and goal from the 7. Ibarra, fade pattern to the deep, intercepted in the back of the end zone. Number 15 stepping in front of Napoleon Proctor, that is DeWaylen Ross. So that chance has gone awry. Under 2 minutes. A chance for the Tigers to narrow the gap, but it's not going to happen.
It's going to be like the 5th turnover of the ball game for Irving High School.
And number 9 overall. 9 combined turnovers. So we'll come out to the 20. 1st and 10 Nimitz. They're about to go 1-4 in district play. They have now won the last 4 in this series and will win for the 29th time against their crosstown rival. It was 30-25 last year.
10 at the 20 for Nimitz.
And again, just run out the clock. We don't need to do anything fancy. They lose 5. Delay a game on the Nimitz Vikings. Kevin Rodriguez, number 27, in the backfield. Yarborough will hand it off. That is Javon Woolfolk, sophomore.
Handoff to Woolfolk. Brought down.
7-7 at halftime. 3 touchdowns in the second half for the Vikes.
Take a look at the Dallas Morning News top 10. Duncanville, DeSoto, Southlake, all where they were a week ago. Keller rounding out the top 10, and I shake my head when I see Waxahachie, little old Waxahachie. Here they are, 7 in the Metroplex with the big boys.
2nd and 13, just numbers so cosmetic now. They've got the game in hand. Big gain down the far side. Hard hit out of bounds. That's Woolfolk. Collects another first down. Tigers about to drop to 0-6, 0-4 in the district. Little old Waxahachie, the Indians aren't so little anymore.
No, they're not.
Got a beautiful stadium, nice program. Next week, the Tigers and the Cards hook up. 69 seconds to go. End zone look from the far side. And taking a knee, and all he has to do is take it one more time. Again, Nimitz coming off of a loss to Lake Highlands. Irving losing to Berkner last week. It'll be week 7 next Friday night. The 54th game of this all-time series about to come to a close. And a happy bunch of Nimitz Vikings. With 28 seconds to play, it'll be a good week of practice, like we said. Spirits will be high. And just a beautiful night for football this October the 6th. And that will do it. It's no reason to do anything else, as both teams will line up at midfield and congratulate each other. 28-7, Nimitz Vikings on top. We'll be back with a post-game wrap-up, a few highlights right after this.
Hi, I'm Thomas Gandy. Be sure to join us on City Source. A pilot project is aimed at giving Irving residents a smoother ride on the roads. We'll show you what the city is working to accomplish through this work with an Irving-based company. Plus, we will have coverage of the Golden Sneaker Games and show you all of the fun of this annual event offered through the Heritage Senior Center. That's at 6 p.m. on ICTN Now, Spectrum Channel 16 and Frontier Channel 30, and at youtube.com/The City of Irving. For all of the important local stories and information we bring you on ICTN City Source.
It's spooky. It's diabolical. It'll send chills up and down your spine at events so haunting. It's eerie. Eerie Irving returns to Trinity View Park on Saturday, October 21st from 6 to 10 p.m. Admission is free, so grab your scariest costume and make plans to attend Eerie Irving.
Nimitz wins at 28-7, took advantage on what was given them here in the second half with 3 touchdowns as they collect their first district win of the year. Rob, what about it?
Well, John, you know, forget it was 7-7 at the half, but the entire second half was all Nimitz, and it started with the defensive gym right here, a beautiful play where they picked up the loose ball, and Pena rumbles in with the fumble recovery and the touchdown. The extra point was good. It made it 14-7. And then it's the Maldonado show, the next 2. This is right before the end of the third quarter, a 5-yard run. And then one more time with 6:11 left to go in the ball game, Maldonado, a nifty 9-yard run right up the middle. This guy had an outstanding game, over 150 total yards as a hybrid quarterback, running back. 28-7 your final score. Statistically wise, it pretty much leaned heavily toward Nimitz's side. Nimitz had 23 first downs in all. These guys, this is I think first half stats. But when the game was over, Nimitz had 270 yards rushing, and they had 358 total yards of offense. The only thing that went against them is they turned the football over 5 times. There we go. We got the updated stats there now. And you look at how it breaks down. Look, 23 first downs compared to 9. But they're toward the bottom, even on both sides, probably not very happy. I know for sure the Tigers aren't. And 5 turnovers for the Vikings, over 7 penalties and 10 penalties for the Tigers for 80 yards. The Tigers, again, just could not get anything going offensively with 51 yards passing and 125 yards rushing. So we'll see the same Tigers next week against MacArthur, John. They have a lot of work to do for the Vikings. It's the last time we'll see them. And once again, they win the crosstown rivalry.
And they hand Coach Small his first district win of the year. 28-7, our final score for our ICTN production crew and for Rob Williman. This is John Nelson saying good night from Irving, Texas.